haven't been here all week. I've been sick as a dog since Sunday. Coughing and hacking. I knew I had bronchitis, but tried to call my doctor yesterday, and I called them at 8:30 in the morning and see if they could squeeze me in, and they never even bothered to call me back and tell me they couldn't squeeze me in. So I finally called them at the end of the day and said, well, what about tomorrow? And they're like, oh, we're closed tomorrow. So I went to one of those walk-in clinics, got there at 4, got home at 8. So I was there 4 hours around all these hacking, coughing, COVID-y people. I don't know. The girl next to me, when she came out, because we got to talking, and when she came out, she told me she did have COVID. So I'm great. I sat next to somebody for 3 hours with COVID. Lovely. But I've had all 3 shots, so I should be okay. But I was right. I do have bronchitis, and just needed some antibiotics. I spent 4 hours just getting a bottle of antibiotics. And oh, I don't know what happened. I covered it up as much as I could, but my eyes are all like red underneath. I woke up this morning and my eyes were totally gunked shut. I don't know what it was. The only thing I can think it was, I had that mask on and I was coughing and hacking and stuff, and maybe stuff was shooting up and gunking up my eyes. I don't know what it was, but I used warm water and tried to get it all off, and rubbing it and stuff made my under my eyes like bright red. I covered it up as good as I could with concealer, but it's still a little red and swollen, and didn't put much makeup on because I don't want to put anything on my eyes right now since they were so jacked up. Alrighty, well, I hope y'all had a good Christmas. I haven't really talked to you since Christmas, and it's New Year's Eve tonight, so hope you stay safe because there's a lot of crazy drunks out there on New Year's Eve. Alright, since it's Friday, I thought we'd do some Fun Facts Friday, and my grandson got a new calendar, so we'll have some for next year too. Because that's where we get the fun facts from. Amazing facts, they call it. Koalas' fingerprints are virtually indistinguishable from human ones. Wonder if you could use the koala to get away with a crime. Maulana Karenga introduced Kwanzaa to the world in 1966 as a non-religious holiday that centered on family and encouraged participants to reconnect with their ancestral roots. The word Kwanzaa comes from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits. Well, if it's supposed to be, encouraging, centered on family, encouraging participants to connect with their ancestral roots, that's great, but that's not what it ended up. It's like only black people get to do it. I don't understand. I mean, they all had ancestral roots. Why can't I connect with my Irish ancestral roots? What's wrong with that? I don't know. Though the Y2K bug didn't wreak nearly as much havoc as experts had predicted, it did lead to a video store system glitch in upstate New York, where a man received a $91,250 bill for returning the John Travolta military drama The General's Daughter 100 years late. No, he didn't have to pay it. The church in Colombo, Sri Lanka, accidentally printed the lyrics to Tupac Shakur's rap hit Hail Mary instead of the Catholic prayer in a booklet for a Christmas carol service in 2016. It did not go unnoticed. Well, I'm not sure what that song is, but Tupac Shakur's songs were pretty crude, so yeah, I'm thinking that would not go over well. Oh my gosh, I'm not even sure I want to try and read this. Look at this word. That's all one word. Hippopotamostrosequipedalopiaphobia is the fear of long words. Sorry. I can't quit coughing with this stupid bronchitis. Apple had a third founder, Ronald Wayne, who sold his 10% stake in the company in 1976 for $800. Oh man, bet he's hating life. 10% of Apple. Nowadays, you'd be a multi-millionaire. Early 20th century Pennsylvania Germans considered it bad luck to take a bath or change your clothing between Christmas and New Year's. And if you change your underwear between the holidays, you will be full of boils. Ew, gross. The term onesies refers to infant bodysuits, is owned by Gerber Children's Wear. Twosies and funsies also belong to Gerber. What the heck would a twosie be? I don't know. When feeding a hummingbird can flick its tongue up to 18 times per second. Wow. And they fly really fast too. There are more than 200 corpses of failed climbers frozen on Mount Everest. Ew. These are kind of gross, some of these today. In 1999, the U.S. government paid the Zapruder family $16 million for the film of JFK's assassination. I've got this book that's a fiction book, but I haven't ever read it. I got it and I thought it sounded interesting and I never got around to reading it. It's about another film that was taken during the Kennedy assassination from a different angle, and it got buried in somebody, in some family's attic or something, and it turns back up. And I thought that sounded kind of interesting, but I don't know what it contained or anything. Even when she was one of the world's most famous chefs, Julia Child refused to remove her phone number from being publicly listed. Friends claim that she'd regularly receive calls from frantic home cooks looking for advice and would happily give it. I like that movie. Did you ever see that? I think it was called Julia and Julia or something. And it was about this girl named Julia that decided to cook all of Julia Child's recipes in a year or something. And she did a blog or YouTube thing, or blog, I think it was, a written blog. It was kind of a good movie. Anyway. Only male turkeys gobble. Like, I'm not good at gobbling. My dog just looked at me like, what the heck is wrong with you? Females make more of a clicking sound. Okay. After the sudden death of her beloved Prince Albert in December 1861, Queen Victoria began to make arrangements for an entirely new resting place where both her and eventually she could be interred together. The result was the impressive royal mausoleum at Frogmore House in Windsor. When Victoria died in 1901 and was interred there alongside Albert, she became the first British monarch in 174 years not to be buried in Westminster Abbey. Okay. Do I care? Cranberry sauce may be a quintessential, I can't pronounce that, quintessential, that's what it is, quintessential Thanksgiving side dish, but in 2019 polls found that nearly half of Americans, 46%, think canned cranberry sauce is disgusting. Comes out in a big blop and you just slice it up. I don't think it tastes okay. I don't think it's disgusting. North Pole, Alaska is home to 2,200 people, several festive landmarks such as Santa Claus Lane and Kris Kringle Drive, and an expansive Santa Claus house that's open year-round. In 2015, residents even elected a local man named Santa Claus to serve as mayor. If he changed his name or if his parents named him that. Last one. Taser is an acronym that stands for Thomas A. Swift's Electric Rifle. My son, he's a firefighter and was a, for a while was a policeman too. One time they were training on how to treat taser things, and so as a firefighter, and so they needed some poor sucker to get tasered, so he volunteered to be the one to get tasered. There's a video of it somewhere. It's pretty hilarious. Poor guy. Well, since I don't feel very good, but I wanted to wish you all a Happy New Year's. And hopefully, after a few days of antibiotics, I'll be back in good form. But I don't know if I'll do anything this weekend. Maybe, but I didn't do much this whole week, so sorry about that. But hopefully I'll get back to it I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to weigh on the 1st, which is tomorrow, and then see where I go from there as far as losing weight, or I don't know. I tried to get a hold of a dietitian nearby, and I've contacted them 3 times and they never got back to me, so I may have to try a different route, find a different dietitian or something. I don't know what's going on with them. I thought about going to Weight Watchers, which has worked before, but I don't know. With my weird dietary restrictions, gluten-free, mostly dairy-free, can't eat vitamin K, all these weird things, it's kind of hard to stick to like a more generalized diet like Weight Watchers. So anyway, Happy New Year's. Hope you have a great 2020. It's the best one yet, and you all stay safe out there. That Omicron, I guess, is very contagious, but it's supposed to be milder version, so hopefully if you do get it, it'll be mild. Maybe because it's so contagious, maybe it'll get us to herd immunity. I don't know, but I've got all 3 shots, so I'm not worried about getting it. I guess I'm done. Happy New Year's. Today's Friday, so we'll probably see you on Mask Monday if I'm feeling better. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.